So now it's time to fix the window on the convertible top. I just got a smoking deal on one. It's normally like a $200-300 piece. A buddy of mine was able to give me a spare one for about $40, so I had to snag that. So that's what's gonna be fixed next. Here's what it looks like. See, this thing is has a hole in it. I just put some tape over it. It just looks nasty. There's no sense in cleaning that. You know, the replacement should be easy. I've never done one of these, but it's held on by a zipper. This camera wouldn't focus, but trust me, it's held on by a zipper. So this thing is going out and the brand new one is gonna go in. This is the new piece right here. It's got a little tint, so it's gonna go really nice with this Cosmos black paint. And with some magic of editing, look, the window is out. This is the old piece that came out. See, not only does it have this hole here, but it's also missing this rubber bead that goes around it. I'll show you a new one. So that's how the water was able to get into the car. And yeah, so now we're just going to clean out this surround and install the brand new window. So let me show you what I did so far. I removed this window, which was pretty easy. You know, it's just held on by a zipper. Then, you know, if you look at all the little like DIYs or write-ups, you know, not a lot of people mention that there's a heck of a lot of adhesive on this side, and before you put in a new window, you know, all that has to be cleaned off. And as you can imagine, you know, it's a bitch to do. So I took one of these things, this focus, just this little it's like a plastic brush. And I just went to town on all of this. It probably took me like, I don't know, like 45 minutes to get it all off. Now it's just all gonna have to be wiped clean, and I think the surface is gonna be good for the new adhesive to be put on. When I was cleaning it up, I also noticed that there's some stitching coming out, especially here. I didn't think it was too bad, but nevertheless there's a small hole, so I'm just gonna use a needle and a thread to fix this part here. Everything else is very solid. I actually you know, pulled and everything just to make sure that zipper is properly attached everywhere. Also, I mean, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I took off this rear carpeting just to see what's underneath, because I did have an issue with a leak. And sure enough, I mean, I wiped all this down, but the source of the leak was this hole in the window. You know, it looks like this seal that goes around is holding pretty tight. I actually poured water on it too. So it was definitely that hole that was causing an issue. I also noticed that you know, the tops of my the shock tops are in, actually, like they look somewhat new. But what I noticed is they're missing some reinforcement plates. I mean, they don't come stock, but it's always a good cheap insurance, because those you know, little nuts right there, they tend to rip out from underneath, and then, you know, which causes an expensive you know, welding repair. Maybe not expensive, but that's, you know, more than I'd like to do. So definitely I ordered those plates, and I'm gonna slap them on before I put everything back together. So another thing I want to show you is that before I start putting this window back on, and first of all fixing the stitching and reinstalling the reinforcement plates, I'm also going to clean out this piece for your shelf. So the installation of this rear window is finally done. Well, almost done. It was pretty straightforward. I mean, this window just zips in. The hard part was getting this trim glued to the actual top. You know, it actually has a seal that prevents water from coming through. Yeah, that was a big pain in the ass. As you can see, I made a bit of a mess in some parts here. There's like excess glue. That's definitely gonna have to be cleaned up. I'm looking for different solutions now to get this done, but overall it's not bad. I mean, for a window that I got for free. I mean, I found out that it's actually like one of the cheaper brands. It's called a Miata. You know, like OEM style actually has a rubber bead that runs around here. These guys made it in a way that it just has this piece of canvas that that's glued to the top. Well, as long as it doesn't leak, you know, it's gonna have to do. I mean, eventually I'm gonna be replacing the top on this car anyway, so it's, you know, it's not a huge concern right now. Also, I'll show you a little bit of stitching that I had to fix. See, right here, the stitching was gone. I wasn't gonna replace the top like people have suggested. You know, I knew it's possible to fix it somehow, so I took a really strong thread that I had and I actually doubled up on it. And yeah, this is just this is hand stitched. I mean, it doesn't really look OEM, but if you don't know to look for it, you're probably not gonna notice it. You know, I think the color is actually pretty close to the stock stitching. And also, this window can use some cleaning and polishing. I already started doing it, but it also needs the same thing done from the inside.